The UFC is in my home city of Chicago, Illinois. Not Illinois, folks. Heard a couple of you motherfuckers do the Illinois. Don't do that. Illinois. And Khamzat Chimaev is fighting for the undisputed middleweight title against Dricus du Plessis in a wicked card. Top to bottom, this thing is stacked. I got some friends at the event. I hope you guys have fun. For those of you who are not going, I'm looking at you, Marcel. How dare you? You live right by the United Center. Guys, this card is sick. I've had bets on this card for a month and a half, 2 months, okay, that I love. Bet money on a dog that I love on this card. DM at mikefinchshow on Instagram if you guys want to get into premium channel. I'm going to bet. I only have like $250 left to bet in my account because I've just been going ham on this card. But I'm going to bet every fucking penny in my betting account. Don't confuse it with the bank account. I'm talking about me personally. In my betting account on this card. I am very fucking confident in this pay-per-view. So let's go. I'm going to give you guys my 5 most confident picks for UFC 319. Khamzat Chimaev versus Dricus du Plessis. In no particular order. Let's knock them out right off the bat. I'm going to start off with Khamzat Chimaev. Khamzat Chimaev via smash. I'll break it down for you guys. Carlos Prates over Geoff Neal. Carlos Prates, very fucking dangerous. Could rip body shots on Neal, I believe, as Neal pressures in. Jerrod Cannonier versus Michael Venom Page. I got to go with MVP. I think MVP in that karate stance is going to move well in that big cage. Loopy Godinez over Jessica Andrade. I think Loopy Godinez can get this thing done because she's well-rounded and her mind's in the right place. We see those mental lapses with Jessica Andrade. And then Chase Hooper, because he's a grown-ass man now, being able to get it done anywhere, but probably via submission against Alex Hernandez. I'll break these down one by one. Let me go ahead and start off with the one everybody's talking about. Khamzat Chimaev finally gets his title shot, and it's against the cardio machine. The guy who just always finds a way to win, even though it makes no sense. I've seen the internet say, Dricus du Plessis via falling piano. Definitely falling piano. Makes sense. No, it checks out. Dricus du Plessis makes it happen. He's been able to beat, legend after legend in the middleweight division. He's been able to finish fights, get in wars with Sean Strickland. He's tremendous. So the toughness you cannot doubt on Dricus du Plessis. The cardio I don't doubt. I saw somebody today doubting the cardio. What? Dricus du Plessis has definitely shown he can go 5 hard fucking rounds. And Khamzat Chimaev is more like a drag race car. You hit the fucking gas pedal, the RPMs go all the way up, right? But can he pace himself over 5 rounds? Well, what Khamzat Chimaev has done is he's come out here about 15 minutes away to Newport Beach, California, which is like one of the most beautiful places in the United States. And he's been training heavy strength and conditioning with Aaron Pico and Armin Sarukian and the like. And he believes, I'm sure, that he needs that 5-round cardio this fight, that he needs to be ready to push himself hard if he doesn't get Dricus du Plessis out of there. Dricus du Plessis is going to be a tough customer. Make no mistake about it. But I believe Khamzat Chimaev just cannot fail in the wrestling here. How is Dricus du Plessis going to stop the onslaught that is Khamzat Chimaev's wrestling? Khamzat, I was just watching footage of him wrestling Saudjalayev. For those of you that don't know, Saudjalayev is the best wrestler in the world. He's the Olympic gold medalist heavyweight champion. He's beaten the best American Kyle Snyder twice now, after Kyle Snyder famously upset him. That would have been a major underdog if you were able to bet on that. And he's whooped Kyle Snyder twice now, unfortunately. Come on, I love, the United States. I'm repping the U.S., but Saudjalayev is world class. Saudjalayev was getting his takedown stuffed by Khamzat. Not all of them, but Khamzat Chimaev's wrestling should not be underestimated. It is tremendous. And Dricus du Plessis wrestling, it's worked against Israel Adesanya, who's a kickboxer. But we're talking about a whole different level here. So I think Khamzat Chimaev is going to come out there, spam takedowns, and get them. And so then it's up to, can Dricus du Plessis stay alive long enough? His jiu-jitsu is not world class. Just because he's doing like a ghetto gable grip rear naked strangle on Izzy does not make his jiu-jitsu ready to hold off these strangles of Khamzat Chimaev. And I don't know about his get-up game either. We got a lot to find out about Dricus here too. It's not just Khamzat's 5-round cardio. It's, can Dricus survive underneath the best wrestler the middleweight division has maybe ever seen? I mean, how fun would like a Chael Sonnen versus Khamzat Chimaev fight be? But Khamzat's just too much better at other things too, even if Chael maybe has a better double leg, which is questionable. Let's give it to Khamzat, the best wrestler the middleweight division's ever seen. And he's a fucking welterweight, okay? Who moved up. He was supposed to win the welterweight title and then move up. That's how this was supposed to go. Instead, he gets COVID. He fights Nate Diaz. He misses weight. The rest is history. Khamzat Chimaev can also potentially strike with Dricus du Plessis. Now, I wouldn't say this is plan A. I sure hope it's not plan A. Khabib, what are you saying? For those of you that don't know, Khabib Nurmagomedov said that Khamzat should strike with du Plessis. Why would he not just go through the obvious path that he's hit everybody except for GM3 with? He hit GM3 with the fucking right hand, which is to hit takedowns. I think Khamzat should level change. Boom. Get right in on those hips. Get to the back. He likes to use his head to get you to lean over a little bit. Get that tight waist. Put Dricus du Plessis on his hands. Throw a hook in. Get the far side underhook in. Power half. Break him down. Get that rear naked strangle in. And just take Dricus du Plessis out. I think Khamzat Chimaev gets Dricus out of there within the first 10 minutes of this fight. He's special. Khamzat is one of those rare talents that every so often come along. You know, you could see it in a 16-year-old Mike Tyson, the way he can move. You could see it in a 21-year-old John Jones who could spin and jump before anybody else in the division, doing Greco-Roman wrestling throws from under overs. It's called a lateral drop. And you could see it in Khamzat Chimaev, the way he can just run through people. I believe that Khamzat Chimaev is special. I believe he's been destined to be the champion. And I believe he's going to win it on Saturday night. Khamzat Chimaev via rear naked strangle, second round. Carlos Prates taking out Geoff Neal. Geoff Neal is a test for Carlos Prates. No question about it. But Carlos Prates longer than him, which I think is great. Longer reach, taller, and that'll help him because at range, he should be able to piece up Neal with his legs. If Neal has an advantage here, it's in the hands. It's in the boxing. I think Carlos Prates could put a knee in his body when they get in close, potentially get him out of there via knockout. It could also go decision, though, so I think I wouldn't chase a finish. Carlos Prates beating Neal, though, I think is likely, and I think Carlos Prates is, Fighting Nerds is legit. Fighting Nerds is very high level. Ian Gary, I think, is the exception to the Carlos Prates rule. I think he's going to be, very, very, very exciting for years to come in the UFC. Chain smoker or not, give me Carlos Prates over a fellow striker in Neal. We saw problems with the wrestling against Ian Gary, who's not a wrestler, but has definitely been improving his wrestling quite a bit. Here they give him a striker. I like that fight for him. And remember, he almost knocked Ian Gary out. That was very close to getting him out of there. I think he saw that fight. I think he's learned from that experience, and I do think he'll be better for it. Give me Carlos Prates in this one. Michael Venom Page versus Jerrod Cannonier. Michael Venom Page looked really good against the one-eyed pirate. I do believe, and it's not his real name. That's his screen name. I do believe that against a 40-year-old Jerrod Cannonier, 41, that Jerrod's just a little too predictable for Michael Venom Page. For training for Jerrod Cannonier is pretty straightforward. He's in a Muay Thai stance. He's going to walk forward, right? He's going to try to put that pressure on you. Michael Venom Page is in that bladed stance. He's on the balls of his feet. He looks like he's fucking jumping rope out there. But really what he's doing is staying mobile, staying unpredictable, giving you lots of feints, lots of different looks. And then when you're not expecting a pop, he's hitting you with those little shots, stomping on the knee, throwing the front leg side kick to the body. I think Michael Venom Page coasts to a decision here. Remember, this is in the big cage. You know, I see people out there saying Jerrod Cannonier is going to out-wrestle him. First of all, don't doubt the defensive wrestling of MVP. He was able to hold off Logan Storley pretty fucking well in Bellator. And for those of you that don't know, Logan Storley is a storied wrestler. I believe that Michael Venom Page can defend takedowns against Jerrod Cannonier, who's not much of a wrestler, more of a striker, who's been able to show takedowns. And I think that he's going to get back to the center of that big cage. They're in the big cage. They're in Chicago at the United Center. The UFC's bringing that pay-per-view cage. That's going to help Michael Venom Page move around. No pun intended. Pun? No rhyme intended? Loopy Godinez versus Jessica Andrade. Loopy Godinez is more well-rounded, not just in the glutes. She is very, she's a great prospect. She's very mentally tough. You know, Jessica Andrade has shown those mental lapses. She did it against Tatiana Suarez. She did it in her last fight. She's had issues when the going gets tough, and Loopy doesn't. Loopy Godinez is able to bite down on her mouthpiece a little bit more. Not the highest fight IQ I've ever seen. I should say that. And Jessica Andrade, maybe, you know, a little more power in the hands. But I think Loopy Godinez hits a takedown or two here, gets this thing on the scorecards, or potentially, I mean, you know, Jessica Andrade is finishable. So Loopy Godinez might be the one to get it done inside distance too. I like Loopy Godinez here. I trust the Mexican in this one. And then last but certainly not least, the great and powerful Chase Hooper. He's a man now. He's like 24 years old. You guys are judging him back when he was like 19 and looked like Gumby. Moved like a wet noodle. Now he's, you know, got better striking. He found the weight room, went up a weight class. And yeah, he's only been beating old men recently, but Jim Miller's not any old man. Jim Miller's a fucking problem. And Clay Guida, he smoked. 19-year veteran, had more than 19 fights in the UFC. He fucking smoked Clay Guida. So his jiu-jitsu is very high level. What I like about Chase Hooper is anytime you're in scrambles with him, he's looking to finish you. He's looking to finish you. Right? He's not just thinking position. He'll go for that armbar. Right? He'll try to get that fight over with right then and there. And I think that's a big key aspect here against an Alex Hernandez who gets a little wild, gets a little scrappy. He could leave a neck out there. He could leave an arm out there. I think Chase Hooper takes it. Chase Hooper much longer. You know, the Muay Thai is looking better and better. I do think he could be competitive with Alex there. And then on the ground, Alex Hernandez should not be able to match a Chase Hooper. I got Chase Hooper via submission for the 5th most confident pick. You guys ready for the rapid fire? My rapid fire most confident picks for UFC 319 are Chase Hooper via submission, Loopy Godinez via decision, Michael Venom Page taking it on the cards, Carlos Prates taking it on the cards, and Khamzat Chimaev via rear naked strangle. And he really did tighten up that rear naked strangle. You remember the one he hit Leach with the hand on top of the head? He left that shit in the past. Khamzat Chimaev is rotating that shoulder back. Just ask Rob Whitaker about how much smash Khamzat Chimaev can apply with a rear naked. And when I say submission, I don't mean to go chase the submission line because I've already seen people doing that. Khamzat could definitely TKO him. You know, far wrist control. Dricus is covering up. Khamzat just keeps punching that glove until the referee steps in. That's absolutely live. That's absolutely live. Khamzat's very aggressive with his ground and pound as well, you know, and his control is excellent. He puts that hook in, gets that cross body ride. You know, if he has an underhook on this side, you can't turn to your left. If he's got the hook in on the leg, you can't turn to your right. You're stuck. And he's just driving you forward, throwing punches. He learned from watching their Nurmagomedovs, whether he's given credit there or not. Everybody has, right? And he's been able to develop his wrestling style so well for MMA. It's such a perfect fit. He's this explosive wrestler who could drive through things. He chain wrestles. Khamzat Chimaev will get something. Dricus might sprawl. Khamzat's on his back, right? He chain wrestles. He'll shoot a technique. You defend that, he's on to the next one. You defend that, he's on to the next one. Khamzat's very special, and I do think he wins the title on Saturday. I was calling XFO fights over the weekend. Let me know if any of you are there. I know a couple people said they were going from the channel. I hope you guys did. And so, I was not able to watch the last UFC card, but it looks like, what did we go, 4-1? Let me see. Elijah Smith, Jesus Christ, did he get that finish? Julius Walker got it done. Christian Leroy Duncan got it done. Got the ladies fight, and then just fucked up the Christian Rodriguez Andre Fili one. Great performance by Andre Fili. So 4-1 last week. Let's go 5-0 this week, guys. Let's fucking get it. UFC 319 is possibly the most stacked card of the year. I hope you're excited about it too. And before I read the comments, Dana White announced that the pay-per-view is no more. Goodbye to paying $70, $80, $90 per UFC pay-per-view. That's great news. I mean, just tremendous. 7-point-something billion dollars with a B. That's more than the UFC was purchased for. Those are huge numbers. The Fertitta brothers got to be looking at this like, God damn, did we do the right thing? It probably did, But unbelievable announcement from Dana White. Shocking. Honestly, I'm shocked because the pay-per-view model is so tried and true. I mean, the UFC really took it to a new level. Like, nobody in mixed martial arts has come close to the UFC pay-per-view model they built. And so Paramount Plus getting a hold of the UFC. In case you guys don't know, it's going to be $13 a month for Paramount Plus, or at least it currently is $13 a month, I should say. 43 UFC events a year, which is on pace with what they're doing now. That would be 13 pay-per-views and 30 fight nights, keeping you entertained as hell and damn near free. I think it's awesome. Hopefully the fighters get to benefit heavy from this as well. I'm interested to see everything roll out here, and just huge props to Dana and the UFC for getting this thing done. Badass, and it should just bring more fans in and more money in, and they drive a great live event too. I know it's a big revenue earner for them then. Absolutely huge. Crazy announcement. Something I would not expect. So it's like, once you leave the UFC pay-per-view model, I don't know if you can go back. Like, once we get 7 years of essentially free pay-per-views, televised pay-per-views, what is going to be on at the fucking any local spot I'm at? I could just be like, yo, throw it up on at the gym at LA Fitness. I don't know. That's awesome, right? So that just changes everything. And hopefully it means the UFC will be more mainstream, right? Hopefully it means that the UFC gets to just more eyeballs than ever, and the sport can just take it to the next level. Very, very cool by the UFC. I'm excited to see the deets as they roll out. The one deet that fucking blew me away, $7.7 billion. Shout out to CBS Paramount. You guys got some dough. What say you, chat? Finch, what's up, brother? This week is the winning week. I believe so. I love this betting on this pay-per-view. Haven't been this excited for a pay-per-view in a minute. Went in on this one. So let's eat. If you guys want to see my favorite bets, DM at mikefinchshow on Instagram. We'll get you in there, and I'll be dropping them late tonight. Let's go. Appreciate you too. Dude, I just realized how stacked 185 is. You just realized how stacked 185 is? Dude, Kaio, Imavov, Khamzat, Dricus, Rainier DeRitter. I mean, I'm missing like the 185. That was probably the top 5 though, right? 185. is on fire. We didn't even get into Israel Adesanya. We didn't even get into Robert Whittaker. We didn't even get into, you know what I'm saying? Paulo Costa, I guess. 185 is fucking stacked. DDP will finish Khamzat? How? Tell me about it. What is he going to do to finish Khamzat? It would be late, right? Like if you're thinking Dricus du Plessis finds a way here, it's probably in the 4th or 5th round. I mean, if you were going to pick Dricus du Plessis, you'd probably say decision, though. Yeah, 185 used to not be stacked, so this is fucking awesome. We can do a couple more, guys. I think Chimaev breaking Whittaker's jaw was actually bad for his experience. He did not get under Whittaker's chin. DDP will be much harder to submit than what he went through with Whittaker. True, but I mean, Whittaker was just one fight. He's been able to submit Kevin Holland, who's actually really solid on the ground. Really good submission specialist on the ground. Kevin Holland submitted Michael Oleksiejczuk, who's fighting GM3 on this card. It's got a lot of nice submission victories. Khamzat's been able to run through a lot of welterweights. Khamzat's been able to get that experience against Gilbert Burns, of course. So Khamzat Chimaev is, ready. I think he's ready for a title shot. This is not new. This is not fresh. Khamzat Chimaev was, about to fight Nate Diaz in a ridiculous matchup. I mean, Nate would have been cooked. Gotta love Nate Diaz, but come on. And, that was a long time ago. So he was at the top back then. I think, summer of 2025. Quick Whittaker fight or not, Khamzat Chimaev was ready for this belt. Meadow MMA, Medo MMA with the $20. Thank you so much. I do appreciate that. I'll give that a heart. Ready for this card. Got tickets, and I am walking distance of it. Really? You live right by my boy Marcel. I'll let him know. Hook premium channel with a pick or two for Dana White's Contender Series. All right. That cues me up. Thank you, Meadow MMA. That cues me up right here. I'm going to do Dana White's Contender Series. I'm going for it. Now, it's going to require a lot of research by me. I'm not fucking around. I gotta dig into this thing. And so I'm thinking what I'll do is I'll do a Dana White's Contender Series channel, and it might even be on YouTube, guys. Let me know if you guys would prefer it be just like a members YouTube thing. I could do that. We could do it on Telegram if you guys like that. We could do it on Patreon, something like this. But I was talking to AJ DeVito before this. It just makes a lot of sense to do it on YouTube, do like a bets show, on the member side. So if that's what you want, let me know. Please put a comment in this video. Let me know where you would like to see Dana White Contender Series bets. Yeah. And then if I do the bets, I got to do the picks show, right? So I'll add a fucking picks show for you guys. And I know when I dropped the picks earlier last week, I got a lot of love from people saying, hey, we like the picks earlier in the week. So if you guys want the full card predictions, maybe I do, most confident Monday night, full card predictions Tuesday night, Dana White's Contender Series Wednesday leading up to the next Tuesday, right? That would make sense for me. Let me know if you guys like that schedule better. I like to do a post weigh-in show. You guys just want me live every day? Is that what I should do? Let me know what you guys want to see. All right. Thank you, Meadow MMA. I appreciate that. Guys, I'm super excited for UFC 319. I'm literally betting every single dollar in my betting account on this card. I'm not telling you what to bet. I never have in my life told you what to bet. But if you want to see who I'm betting on, you could DM at mikefinchshow on Instagram. We'll get you into premium channel where I do a video just for premium channel, and I give out my favorite bets. I got an underdog lock this week that I like a lot, that a line that I slammed, and I'll give you guys my favorite plays overall. And of course, the link is in the description here for the free channel. I'll give you guys the free channel parlay tonight. All right, until next time, it's peace and love.